Okay, hi everybody. So today I'm going to be sharing on how to meal plan and meal prep for you and possibly even your family. Um, Mary's on right now. She is actually meal prepping as we do this video, so you can kind of watch her come and go. I am going just to give you a little bit of idea of how I'm going to do this call and what to expect. So I'm going to give you a little bit of more general, like how to actually fit it in, some tips to fitting in the meal prep. That's really the hardest thing for most people. And then I will give you some specific things of ideas of what to meal prep. Okay, so let's get started. So my very first tip is, I know when people get started on a health and fitness journey, they kind of want to go all in, all at once. And that's awesome if that's you and that works for you. For most people, that usually leads to all off. So they go all in, they go all off. So my first tip is to just slow down in order to speed up, because there's some habits and behaviors that you're going to have to tweak or just totally change in order to get your workouts in, your meal preps in. So I'm going to show you kind of how I do that and encourage you to do the same. It has a lot to do with reverse engineering. I used this the other day when I was talking about how to fit in a morning workout. It's the same thing with meal planning and meal prepping. And when I say meal planning, honestly, what I'm talking about is food planning, not necessarily a meal, but having healthy foods available and ready throughout the week. So anytime you hear me say meal planning, just know I'm talking in general about possible like components to build a meal or snacks. Okay, so one of the very, very first things I do, for example, this is what I did, already picked it up this morning. I haven't filled it out, but one of the very first things I do is create our family calendar for the week. Not just my calendar, and it's not just on my phone. It's not just a scheduling app I share with my husband. It is actually a dry erase board that I fill out that is available to everyone in my family. So when the kids say, what's going on Tuesday, I don't tell them, go look at the board. I, on Sunday morning, sit down and fill out the whole week of what's going on in our family. The only thing I don't put on here is Paul's work, because we know he works at the exact same, he leaves at the exact same time every morning and comes home at nearly the exact same time every day. So I don't put that on there, but my schedule changes every day. So I put my work hours on there. I put anytime Paul is going to go in early or late. I'll put on when the kids have activities, if we have something going on the weekend. This is important because then it gets me to the next step of when am I going to prep next weekend? So I almost always prep on Sunday morning. So you'll see here, I prepped, this is last week's schedule, and Sunday was the last day. So on Sunday, August 1st, I put 8 a.m. workout because I wasn't able to get it in on Saturday because we had an early morning 4-H event. Then I have 9 a.m. this call. And then at 9:45, my meal prep. So I'm going to be meal prepping immediately following this. Everybody in the family saw this as of last Sunday when I filled this out. So they know that this is what mom is doing at this time. Don't ask me to do anything else. This is what I'm doing. I have carved it out of my schedule. That is what you have to do. You have to plan out your schedule for the week and schedule it like it's an appointment with your boss or your doctor, and you're going to be charged if you don't make the appointment. This is how I get my meal prep in every single week without fail, no matter what's going on, unless we're on like a 2-week vacation or something, which that next to never happens. So now I do occasionally not get it in on a Sunday, but I plan it for Monday. It's just always planned. You have to have it planned or it's not going to happen. If you try to shoot from the hip and fit it in where you're able between social invites, it's just not going to happen. It won't happen. Schedule it like it's an appointment with your boss and you're going to get fired if you're not there. I can't stress that point enough. If it's not scheduled, it's not going to happen. So that's the most important thing of this whole process, is scheduling in your meal prep. Now you need to determine where you struggle the most and when. What is the time of day that you don't have to meal plan and meal prep every single element of your nutrition for the week. I often get asked from people, will you create a weekly meal plan for me? No, I'm not going to create a weekly meal plan for you, because if I did that, I don't know what your schedule is. I don't know all the foods you like and don't like, or that your family likes and don't like, but I will give you the tools and help you create a meal plan. And when you start, you don't have to plan what well, my breakfast every day is exactly the same. So I don't really have to plan that and just know what it is. And actually hubby takes care of that. So that'd be great if your spouse or your family could take care of one element of your nutrition for the day. I always have dinners and I take care of our meal prep lunches. So Paul does breakfast. So try to create a deal like that with your spouse or significant other that's living in your house. Then think about, like, for me, I struggle with my work to get in a work lunch, because when I'm at work, it's back to back to back usually. And I'm there like in the middle of the day. So I'm often eating between my fit sessions and I just fit it in as I'm able. But I'm able to fit it in because I meal prepped and brought my healthy nutrition to work. So it's right there next to me. I don't have to go down to the cafeteria and purchase something that they've made that's probably going to be too high in sodium, too high in fat. Or like many people go through a drive-through, which then you have to leave work, the time to leave work, go pick it up, come back. And again, even if it's a healthier option, like if you go to BB Bop or someplace that has like whole foods, yet then they slather it in a sauce that probably has MSG, preservatives, really high sodium, and it's just going to leave you feeling bloated. So if you meal plan and prep your lunch and take it in, you're just more likely to have a healthy choice there. Now, if your cafeteria has a salad bar and maybe bake some chicken, things like that, then yeah, get it from the salad bar. That's definitely an option. Hey, Leslie, we're just getting started. So just talked about the importance of doing a family calendar. So I'll just review here real quick. So I do a family calendar on a dry erase to make sure that family know when my meal prep time is. I do this on a Sunday so they know what time my meal prep time is. And I ask them to help me too, but sometimes they're not able to. But the most important thing is to schedule it. Then decide where you struggle in your day. Is it breakfast? Do you need to meal plan or meal prep breakfast? Is it family dinners? Is it lunches? You don't have to meal plan and prep every single thing, but prepping around those areas where you struggle is the most important piece. Okay, so now the next part is educating and gaining learning around those areas. So this is where I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to hop into one of the resources you have, which is Beachbody On Demand. And I just finished my workout this morning, so it popped up the workout. So we are going to go to programs and you might think go to nutrition, which you can do that too. But you go down to the Nutrition Center. So I follow the Ultimate Portion Fix, but you likely, if you ever purchase a challenge pack, have access to both of these. They both have nutritional education videos, and the Ultimate Portion Fix videos were just reconfigured to like pare them down to the most important videos. So you would go to lessons, and they're now on what's called rails. So there's 3 rails, and we'll just click on that. So I can show you that, because this is where you can go to get education. For example, if you struggle with, say, eating out at restaurants, like what to pick, here's a 5-minute video that's going to help you make better choices when you eat out. If you struggle with going to, say, family gatherings or maybe the potluck at work, Here's special occasions on the fix. She shows you how to still enjoy treats in moderation and balance and not go overboard. This video tells you how to fit in your Beachbody supplements. This is like if you feel like you're about to grab for the bag of Oreos, which actually shouldn't be in the house anyway. If they were in my house, I'd eat them all. So I just don't keep things like that in my house. But if you feel like you're about to grab it, know that this video is here. Watch it now, but you can go in here and watch it again if you feel like you are in a state of nutritional emergency. Here she talks a little bit about meal planning and tracking. There's some great videos in here. There's how to do this healthy lifestyle nutrition with kids. There's different nutritional plans. Your food list is in here, freebies and substitutions on the fix. So there's really good videos. I also wanted to show you, let's see, let me go back one. And I'm just going to pop into a couple of other areas where you can get your nutritional education. So, To Be Mindset. So this To Be Mindset, these are both clean eating, whole food, closer to the farm, farther from the factory, nutritional plans. Both of these programs fill all of those boxes. How it differs is that the Ultimate Portion Fix is more structured and tells you exactly how many portions of which type of nutrition to have within your calorie range to reach your goals, whether that be weight loss or weight maintenance with adding muscle tone. It's going to tell you exactly how many portions, and then you get to mix up those portions and eat them how you want throughout the day, knowing that it is better to get carbs in earlier in the day. So this program, the To Be Mindset, allows you to have the volume of food you want. It just does a plated method. So it tells you what portion of your plate should look like with different types of food. For example, breakfast is half protein, half fiber-filled carbs. So fiber-filled carbs in this program is your fruits, your fruits, and anything we know as a traditional carb, like whole grains, beans. So half your plate protein, half fiber-filled carbs, and then she uses fats more as accessories. So fats are not like, if you go to have an apple, you're not going to have half the size of apple of peanut butter. You would have it as an accessory. Or if you have a salad, you would accessorize with a little dressing. So that's how it differs. The place I struggle the most with this one is at dinner time. You have 75% veggies, 25% protein, no fiber-filled carbs. But a lot of people do it, and there's some great recipes in here that teach you how to do that. But in here, I wanted to show this to you, even if you're doing the Ultimate Portion Fix, because there are some excellent, like her videos in here on proteins, carbohydrates, accessories, and condiments. These 3 videos are really good, and they're only 7 to 11 minutes each. They're worth watching, even if you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix. She also has videos in here similar to Autumn's, where it talks about, here we go, making over your mindset. This is an excellent one. If you struggle with the kind of the mental aspect of food, and you go to food often for comfort, watch this mindset one. And then she has a video here, starting to lose weight. It looks like they also pared down her videos, because she used to have some really good videos in here that I wanted to other videos I wanted to show you. But so those are some options. I also, in my blog, so I'm going to go there now. I don't have it up, which is trishzfitness.blogspot.com. Here it is. So in here, if you put educational grocery trip. So a while back, I used to monthly take people to the grocery store and do educational grocery store trips. And then I realized, you know what, I can just video these and share the videos. So in here, you will find how to add more veggies to your day. So I take you to the veggie section of the grocery store and talk about how to add more veggies to your day. I take you to the yogurt section and point out how to choose a low sugar clean yogurt, and I show you some of my favorites. Uh, I struggle with, one of my struggles is I love wine. I would have wine every single night if I could. This right here shows you how I do, and I still do this most weekday nights, a wine or soda replacement if you love soda. Basically, I do a splash of OJ with some type of sparkling water. Talk about sprouted grain, or this is what is the best sprouted grain? Bread. So talk about breads, healthiest spices and extracts, soy sauce. What's the healthiest store-bought? Oh, bread. Maybe I'm talking about bread. Oh, this is soup. Yeah, that's a good one. Basically, stay away from store-bought soup is what I say there. But even the healthy ones are high in sodium. Even the ones that say low sodium, they're still high in sodium. Okay, what else? There's some pasta sauce. I show you my favorite. The cooking oil section, mayos and vinegars, best lean proteins, ketchup. So there's just a ton in here. Cottage cheese, this is a good one. Basically buy Daisy and don't buy Kroger. Talk about bread and bagels, cheese and tortillas, and butter. So there's a ton of different little videos in there if you'd like to watch. So I wanted to show you all of those options for additional nutritional education. So this is a piece of the, slow down before you speed up. Yes, you can start hopping in with your meal planning and prepping, but just don't expect to be perfect right out of the gate. There's some education and learning and changing of habits and behaviors to happen. Most importantly, if you do nothing else, and I'm going to keep telling you this throughout, do a schedule when you are going to meal prep. Try to make it consistent every week. Almost every Sunday is when I do mine. Okay, so now where to go to get recipes, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm meal prepping this week. Oh, that's not where actually I do want to go here. So this is our Max Impact Virtual Gym and Kitchen group. Let me see if I can move us over so I'll get back to Karen here in a minute. No, not events, files. So underneath the main picture in files, you'll see there's a lot of resources in here. This is where you will find how to calculate your calorie range. Let me see, I think it's in here. Yeah, how to calculate your calorie range. There's a measurement tracker. There is your food tracking grids right here. So after you calculate your appropriate calorie range for your weight and your goals, it'll give you a calorie range. If you end up with like 2120, you're going to go down into this food tracking grid. If you end up with, say, 1750, wow, then you're securely into this food tracking grid. Also, this food list right here, if you guys don't have this already, I'm going to pull it up because it's that important. I love, of all the things Beachbody has ever done as far as handouts, this one right here is great because it's a one-pager that you can print out that has all of the different things that can go in the, our veggies, our fruits, our protein, our carbs, and our fats. And then it gives you the free foods. I like to have this printed off. You can put it on your fridge, put it with your grocery items. It's just a really good one-pager. So there's also resources here in our group to help you. And then once you get started each day, if you're not already, please hop into these daily dated posts. Even if you're not doing the newest program that we're doing, you can still comment in the comments. Like Valerie's been really good about posting her food tracking grid. Take a picture of that food tracking grid and post it here. And then I try to comment within 24 hours after you post to cheer you on, share any tweaks that I see that you could make. And if you have questions like, I don't know what to meal prep this week, does anybody have any ideas? And then we can start a conversation around that. All right, so the next step is getting recipes. Once we've figured out when we're going to meal prep in the coming week and what area we struggle or when we struggle with our nutrition, now we have to figure out what we're going to prep. So if we go back up here to programs and down to Nutrition Center. So right here is Fixate. So this is where you can find all of your different recipe options. It's taking it a minute here. So in the recipes, you just click on it and it has it separated by time of day. So if you struggle with breakfast, this would be a great place to start. Look at all of your different breakfast options. Those blueberry maple muffins sound amazing. And then they try to add in a couple new ones each week. So this week they added these two: chicken broccoli pita or a Mother's Day crepe cake. That looks amazing. Let's see. So then entrees. This is where I recommend that you ask your family for help. Is ask them, share why you're on this journey. Like, mom really wants to eat healthier because I feel better when I eat healthier. I can be better for you when I'm eating healthier. Would you be willing to? And state it like that, because most people that love you will say, yes, you're asking nicely for me to help you feel good. So yes, I would be willing to. Say, would you be willing to pick out one family meal? If I give you a list of recipes, would you be willing to pick out one family meal? So say they sit down and they look through all this and they decide, oh, that almond crusted chicken sounds really good. So all you have to do is press on this little arrow. It'll show you a video of how to prepare it. And then if you click on those three little dots, it'll take you here, tell you a little bit more about it. It's going to give you the container equivalent. And then right here is the recipe. And you can print this recipe off. And once you try it, and I love this idea because it pre-commits your family to be willing to at least try it. If they picked it out, they're more likely to try it. So if you pick this recipe, what's great about this recipe, by the way, is you can have it as almond crusted chicken and then double batch it, because there's another recipe in here called chicken parmesan that uses this almond crusted chicken as the base. So then you can use it for a second family meal. So if you try this recipe and you're like, wow, that was really good, save the printed recipe and put it in a folder. And then you are starting to create your family's meal planning binder. So then you don't have to think of a new recipe every week. If you're in a hurry and you're like, I just need something fast, you can even jot down notes on these recipes as you do them. Like, this one was really fast, everybody loved it. Or, this one takes an hour. So you know that you just don't want to do this one unless you have that time allotted. So make notes for yourself. You'll have a go-to for future weeks when you don't have time to go in and find a new recipe. I really like this one. All the family likes it. It's a really delicious, like, crusted chicken. So that's an idea for this coming week for a dinner meal. Or you could do it for meal prep work lunches, except it gets less crispy the more it sits in the fridge. So just know that. All right. Or the more it sits in the fridge. All right, so we're gonna X out of this. So there's the entree recipes. There's also side snack recipes, salad recipes. Now, if you currently don't have access to Nutrition Plus, which anytime you purchase a challenge pack in the first 30 days, you get access to Nutrition Plus for free. You then have to cancel it for the next month, or you're charged $20 a month. So $20 a month gives you access to additional recipes outside of just the regular recipes that are in Fixate. It gives you access to the nutrition experts, Autumn and Alana. They host monthly videos, like group calls where you can attend, and they help individual people with struggles they may be having, or they'll speak on a specific topic. Also, if you're a Nutrition Plus member, coming up in fall of 2021 here, you will be one of the first to try out BODi, so BODi. And what that is, they're going to have live fitness classes and live nutritional assistance that you can participate in at no additional charge. It'll just be part of your Nutrition Plus membership. So another benefit outside of just having access to all the recipes. Okay, so those are the recipes. So now let me stop sharing, because I wanted to show you some of the tools I use for my meal prep. So I love mason jars. So there's 3 different sizes, and angle this down a little bit. So here's the 3 that I use. There's this, which is more I think this is a quart size, and it's a wide mouth. So that's key. Quart size wide mouth, because I do all of my mason jar salads in these, and I often just eat right out of it. So you can see it's like a tall, cylindrical, wide mouth jar. What is great about this specific size, because people often ask, well, why do I need to go buy jars? Well, these are really inexpensive. They're like $1.50, $2, depending on where you buy them. And they're really multi-use. So you put the dressing in the bottom, and here's the purpose of the tall cylindrical jar. Put the dressing in the bottom, and the dressing is often very acidic. So you're gonna put anything that can withstand that acidity in the fridge. Things like if you're using beans in your salad, those go in first, because they withstand the dressing really good, and actually they soak up some of it. I also will put like whole grape-sized tomatoes down there. I'll put onion down there, and then by the time I get that stuff in there, it's usually well on top of the dressing. And then I put my chicken, then I'll like grilled chicken, then I'll put my lettuce on top. And then all you have to do is put the jar lids on, and I'll store like 6 of these in the fridge. And that's where Paul will take 3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for his lunch, and then I'll take 3 for my lunch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've done them through Thursday, but it's kind of iffy. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not. So I just stopped doing Thursdays, but for sure it will be fine through Wednesday. So what you do when you're ready to eat your lunch, well, you just pull it out, take it to work. I honestly sometimes just put this right into my purse and I eat it in my car. So that's your fast food for the day. So when you're ready to eat it, you just turn it upside down and you shake it, and that disperses all of the dressing. You can eat it right out of the jar, or if you prefer, you can pop it into a paper bowl. Sometimes I'll take a paper bowl with me to work if I'm not wanting to dig around in the bottom of this. Here's a great busy mom, busy professional tip. Another bonus to having it in this glass jar is when you come home from work, you just throw that metal lid in the sink to be washed, but the container can go right into your dishwasher. So it's great that it's less dishes to do. So another reason to do these. And then this size, also wide mouth. So same wide mouth size at the top, but it's smaller. So I do these for my soups anytime I make soup. So this is like a salad one. This is a soup one. This fits about 1.5 cups, which is what I usually do for my soups, 1.5 cups of soup or chili. I also use this one to make shepherd's pie with mashed potatoes or mashed sweet potatoes on top. That recipe is in Fix8. That's one of my favorites. If I do any kind of casserole, I'll store it in here for work lunches, just because again, it's an easy, I could pop this in the microwave with the soup or the casserole, and then I can put it right into the dishwasher. I have used these, so I've probably had these things for 6-7 years. I've used them so much. It's like the best little food container, and it's not expensive. Definitely worth it. I also use these for my overnight overnight oats, and all of these recipes are on my blog. If you want some mason jar salad recipes, or if you'd like some overnight oat or soup or stew or casserole, all you have to do is go to my blog, which I think I still have it up. So I'm going to show you this search blog again. So when you're in my blog, right here at the top, there's that search bar. You can just put soup in there if you're looking for a soup recipe. I've made tons. Oh God, this one is amazing. So this veggie lasagna soup with cheese bomb. Oh my God, it's so good. It's hard to believe it's actually healthy. So this is a great way to have pasta, but within a portion that's not like the entire meal is pasta. This literally tastes like lasagna in a bowl, but you have lots of veggies, you have some lean protein in there, and this deliciousness here that's in the middle. It's like a cottage cheese ricotta kind of combo. So the recipe is in there. Then there's this 3-bean chicken taco soup. That one's really good. So lots of different soup options in here. You can tell I love Mexican flavored dishes, creamy chicken enchilada soup. So lots of different recipes in there, broccoli cheese soup, some of which I got from Fixate. So you might see it's the exact same recipe, and sometimes I'll tweak it. Sometimes I'll find another place I like to get my recipes is Super Healthy Kids. It's kind of a kid focused blog / website. They have a lot of recipes. That's a really good one. So also my overnight oats. I'm just going to put in oats. Oh, and I also almost every week make oat muffins. So you'll see here, healthy lemon poppy seed oat muffins. These are my blender oat muffins. There's no processed flours or artificial sweeteners or sugar in here. I use honey and bananas and applesauce as sweeteners. I use the whole oats, not the coarse oats, but the whole oats. And I just put the oats in a blender and process it so that it's not as whole, so more ground oats. And I have these lemon poppy seed oat muffins. I make chocolate chip oat muffins. Here's a loaded carrot apple clean eating muffin. I love those. And then you'll also find in here overnight oats. So oats are an excellent complex carb. It burns slow in your system. So it's a really good source of long, slow burning energy. It's an excellent complex carb to get in early in your day. So it's a great way to have a great thing to have for breakfast. And then also with the muffins, it tastes like a sweet treat. So what I will do is, so you can have this for breakfast and then do this for like a after lunch treat or a midday snack. So all of those recipes are in there. Then this is a pumpkin chocolate chip oat muffin, which I usually make around around October when it's, all things pumpkin. Almond joy oat muffins. Oh my gosh, there's just so many good recipes in there. Okay, so we'll stop sharing that. So for the overnight oats, I either make them in a breakfast size or a snack size. The only difference is the amount of oats and things I put in. So I'm going to give you the download now. So if you want to make a breakfast overnight oats, you use a half cup of oats, which equates to 1 carb portion in the Ultimate Portion Fix Nutrition program. I put in whatever berries I want, or pineapple if I'm making the pina colada. I usually do about a half of a cup, and that's half of a purple. So I'll do like a 1/4 cup of strawberries, a 1/4 cup of blueberries, or maybe just a half cup of strawberries. You decide whatever's in your fridge. And then here's the key. I do, well, to sweeten it just a little, put like a teaspoon or 2 of honey. That is going to be an extra calorie. That's not something that's necessarily calculated into your Ultimate Portion Fix. So that would be something on the food tracking grid that you would write in the bottom. Then I put, here's the key. Then I put the chia seeds, about a teaspoon or half of a teaspoon. You decide which you like best. But the key element of the chia seeds, it adds both an omega fat, which is really good. As Americans, we just don't get enough omega-3 fats in our nutrition. We tend to get a lot more omega-6s. Not that omega-6 is bad per se, but our body needs a balance between the two. So omega-3 fats, the things like oily fishes, seeds, those are omega-3s. So chia seeds both give you the omega-3 fat, which we count that in the orange, the little orange container in the Ultimate Portion Fix Nutrition program. So say you were having a salad that week, so you wanted to have dressing, which comes in the orange. So do a tablespoon of dressing, and then you have, another tablespoon left over for seeds throughout the week for your breakfast overnight oats. So you can have 3 overnight oats. And so my point in saying this is that you have, it fits right into the nutrition program of Ultimate Portion Fix. It also fits into the To Be mindset, because healthy fats are an accessory, and you're using it as an accessory when you're only using a teaspoon or so. So what the chia seeds do, in addition to giving you the omega-3 fats, they also are going to soak up the liquid. So after you have put your oats and your berries and your honey and your chia seeds in, you're then going to pour. You could do water if you want. You could do regular milk. I do almond milk. So I pour almond milk up just until it fully covers the oats. So it doesn't have to cover the berries, but it has to cover the oats. And actually, you'll probably want to put the chia seeds on top of the oats. I'm sorry. So oats, chia seeds, and then your fruit on top, because you need the water to cover the chia seeds and the oats. So the chia seeds are going to soak up the water and help to thicken the oatmeal. So it's like the healthy thickening agent for the oatmeal. So if I'm going to do a snack size portion, which my kids love these, I need to buy more of these little jelly jars. So this is just a little jelly jar. It is not wide mouth. I could fit it down inside of there. But what I do is I take a 1/4 cup of oats, half of a teaspoon of the chia seeds, and like a 1/4 cup of the fruit. So then it makes it a little sweet treat you can have as a snack throughout the day. These fit really good into your purse. They're portable. So if you don't already have these, they're a great little investment that will help you. Oh, it looks like I need to reach out to Karen. So pick these up. Let me know if you're at the grocery and you're trying to decide which ones to which ones to get. Also, I want to show you some of the other things I do for my meal prep. So I use these little containers. These are little 2-ounce, I think they're primarily used for Jell-O shots. I use them for nuts because it helps if you can fit the lid on. It helps fit within that little blue container, because in the Ultimate Portion Fix, you use this as a blue healthy fat portion. So get those. I should have brought it down because I just bought one, but at Aldi, they have one of those really big containers of cashews. I love salted cashews. And don't worry about getting if you like salted nuts over unsalted, get the salted. What's the big deal? It's not a lot of salt. As long as you're not eating processed foods, the little bit of sodium that's in a nut is not going to take you over the edge. So this is a basket that I put in our pantry. I put, in addition to the nuts, I have little peanut. Now this is way more peanut butter than we need. So if you put these in here, just know that, this is probably 3 days worth of peanut butter right here. I'm just saying, if you take this to work, you might also want to take your teaspoon, because nut butters attract us teaspoons. Shakeology, I don't always put my Shakeology packets in here, but this is one of my proteins for the day. I have my Shakeology, and I put this in here as a reminder to me to talk about this, because after dinner, before bed is where most people struggle. It's where I struggle. So I have this at night, and I almost always eat it and I don't drink it. So what I do, I use one of my teaspoons of healthy fat. I use a teaspoon of coconut oil. I melt it down. I pop it. So I melt it down, I pop it into the microwave, and then I put my Shakeology in there, and I take like a splash of almond milk, and I smush it until it gets into like a brownie batter kind of consistency. And then here's the key. I take a little bit of coarse sea salt and just sprinkle it on top, and it brings out the sweetness. That little bit of salt brings out the sweetness. And then sometimes I'll even put like sliced strawberries if I have some in the fridge. So it's like the perfect late night sweet treat that counts as a protein on your food tracking. And it's giving you that wraparound nutrition. So Shakeology, in addition to the digestive health and the protein element, it also has those super greens, the super fruits, and it just helps wrap around any nutrition you may have missed for the day. So also in here, I have some applesauce. So this is a great, like, throw in your bag on the go. Will count as not a protein, as one of your purples, so your fruits. I think this is about half of a cup. And I'd have to look. I don't know if applesauce is 1-to-1 on our purple chart. I would count it as half of a fruit, but I'm not 100% in saying that. I'd need to look and see if that's how Autumn counts it. And I also keep beach bars in here. I do not eat these every day. I don't eat any bar every day. I often get asked about that. Like, what's the best bar that I can have on a regular? And the best food to have on a regular basis is closer to the farm. Whatever you can eat, the closest to the farm, which for me, it usually ends up being a piece of whole fruit and a nut. Those are my snacks, but there's oftentimes throughout the week that I, especially at the end of the week when my meal prep items have started to dissipate, that I might take this on the go. And it's just half of a carb, half of a protein, and I think it's 1 teaspoon is how you count that on your ultimate portion fix. Okay, so what am I making today? That's what I told you guys I'd share. So I'm gonna do mason jars. I'm gonna do my garlicky chicken mason jars. I'll show you the recipe real quick. So it's on the blog. Oh, here we go. So at the top, you go back to the top and garlicky, that's how I spelled it. Let me just put in garlic and see what comes up. Oh gosh, I also seem to like garlic. Like shrimp. All right, how about let's do garlicky mason jar, because well, if I don't find it, I'll just tell you what's in it. Oh, there's that mason jar shepherd pie that I was talking about. Okay, I know it's in here, but I think I'm spelling it wrong. So what will go in it, I'm going to use the garlic expressions dressing. I don't know if I'll do 1 or 2 tablespoons. I'm going to take a look at that and see what, I think 1 tablespoon would be fine, but we have 2 tablespoons of the orange portion. So if you like a little more salad dressing, put 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put garbanzo beans. I'm going to do some type of onion, probably red onion. I'm trying to think what else is in there. It may have been like peppers, like orange and red peppers. And then the grilled chicken, which I'll marinate in the same garlic expressions dressing, and then the lettuce on top. And then I'll probably put a little cilantro in there. So that is going to be our work lunches this week. I'm going to make up some snack sized little overnight oats. And I do that because I already know that for breakfast, we have 1 slice of Dave's Killer bread, 2 eggs folded omelet style with 1 thin slice of Sargento cheese. So that's what we're doing for breakfast. So then I'll use these as snacks. I'm also washing and cutting up a couple different fruits. I'll probably do, or I have in the fridge now that I bought the grocery yesterday, strawberries and grapes. I also have a cantaloupe for later in the week. I have the chicken ready to grill. Paul will actually probably do that for me, I hope, this morning for the salads. I may also boil up some brown rice to have in the fridge. I like to have that for, gosh, for just about anything. You could throw it in a casserole. You could throw it in a stir fry. I will refill my basket. I will bag up some veggies. I bought baby cucumbers and carrots is what I usually do to bag up veggies. With a little ramekin, I will use probably this with a little bit of ranch dressing, or I don't know if I have any hummus upstairs right now or not. So that's my meal prep for the week. Any questions, guys? What did you decide to meal prep, Mary?
I have some chicken that's marinating in the refrigerator. And hold on a second. I usually will use the garlic expressions, but I decided to go a little more Greek. Yeah. So I have the simply vinaigrette, and I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of reading the ingredients. The other is just so clean, this is okay, but it says it has no high fructose corn syrup, which is
Nice.
good. So I
That
did.
it says simply makes me think it's like they've likely
Yeah.
scrubbed the ingredient list.
Right. And you're just marinating. So by the time you throw it on the grill, you probably lose them.
Yeah.
So I cut up some veggies. I
Nice.
just went in my fridge while you were talking and just pulled out every vegetable I could find.
Nice.
And then I did, I guess I could turn the camera around, but I did a big sheet pan of cauliflower and zucchini. I'm going to roast it with the chicken. And I washed up my peppers for just snacks. And I have a cauliflower jalapeno yogurt dip from Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah.
In the fridge. It's pretty yummy. So it's that'll go along with it. And I think I do have some hummus. Plus I just cut up some little celery because I'm going to meal prep. Alana has a sweet and tangy broccoli slaw or coleslaw with tuna. You can use the broccoli slaw and you mix a little rice vinegar, the low sodium soy sauce.
Yeah.
And you put that in, mix up the slaw or broccoli slaw, and then add your tuna with Greek yogurt and celery and a little garlic powder.
Oh my God,
and
that's amazing.
The sweet part is the apple you chop on top.
Oh.
It sounds
I think
weird.
I've had that one before. It is really good.
It's really good. So I follow the to be mindset. So that can be a lunch. If I would have it for dinner, I wouldn't have the apple.
Yeah.
So FCC. But along with saying that, following a lot of, I just really like her recipes and all the vegetables, and I did well with it. But I do think you have to be careful of the fats and what have you. Yeah. So those times I will grab some containers, the orange container for the dressing or nuts, and make sure I don't overdo it with those.
Good point. That's a great, and I love that these programs, they really do sit well on top of each other.
Absolutely.
Very similar. There's a lot of similarities between them. There's more similarities than there are differences, but I love that the to be mindset allows you to have the volume of food. It's just
right. Sometimes some foods you have to be careful with, especially, I'm trying to lose. So I really am, the high calorie foods like the peanut butter and what have you, which I could eat that whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You have to be careful. So
yeah.
But no, I'm excited because I'm like, in just that short time of your video, I pretty much
done a lot.
And I know there'll be extras and I can carry this into a couple meals, Monday and Tuesday. So
that's great. I'm glad you were doing that as I was chatting so that everybody can see that it doesn't have to take a long time.
No, not at all.
And Leslie, did you have any questions? Do you know what you're meal prepping this week?
Hello. I do have a question about the garlic expression salad dressing. That's something, it sounds like that you buy, that it's not like one that you make. What brand is it?
So it's actually, there, great. Mary has it. You're a wonderful assistant today, Mary. So you'll find this in the, and if you can just hold it up a little close, maybe, yeah. It's actually not in the dressing section of the grocery. It is in the produce area, or at least in every grocery store I've seen it in. It's in the produce area because many people, I think they put it there because many people use it as a bread dip and a marinade for vegetables.
Okay.
My kids love to dip bread in it. It really is just so tasty. My neighbor's son, she has to take it with her when they go out to dinner because it's the only salad dressing he'll eat. So good.
That is so funny. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, as you were talking, I was just jotting some notes. Those lemon poppy seed muffins looked really delicious.
Yeah,
I might try those this week.
Good.
Yeah. And the salad mason jars, I feel like, are always helpful. I just, like you said, like I need to set a day to do it and then just do it, because when I do it, I feel a lot more prepared for the week.
Absolutely. And actually, thank you for setting me up on my wrap up point. So my wrap up point really is, and it's the most important thing that I said in this whole, I mean, you can forget everything else I said and just what Leslie was just saying, you have to schedule it. And if you on Sunday schedule your whole family's calendar in one place for the week, you are both committing yourself and telling your family that at this time, 1 week from today, this is when I am meal prepping. So maybe it's not Sunday for you, maybe it's Monday. So maybe on Monday you create your family's calendar and you that's when you do your meal prep next week. But you have to schedule it. You have to tell your family and show your family that that's when it's going to happen. And they know going into it. So if they say, Mom, you want to go out for breakfast on Sunday morning? Well, as long as we're home by 9:45, that's when my meal prep is scheduled. Or it needs to be scheduled or it's not going to happen. So on that note, reach out if you guys have any questions. If you watch this video and you need help with your meal planning and prepping, I'm happy to help. All right. See ya. Have a great Sunday.
Bye.
Thank you so much.